Hey, how you doing, Cancerian? How you doing? This is Queen Lisa, I'm the host for this channel. Welcome to Conscious Waters Ocean Deep. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to your week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell so that you can be updated when I've uploaded new readings to this platform. Also check the sun, moon, rising and lunar signs and any other star sign you have in your birth chart that may resonate with the readings on this channel. Do take what you like and leave the rest. Also, I'm giving out free private and personal readings up until the ending of next week. So if you would like one, check out the information in the description below this video. Also, just want to say thank you to you all who have liked, commented and subscribed to this channel so far. Please continue to do so and press the notification bell. So what is going on with Cancerians? Okay, so you may not want to deal with someone or a certain group of people, maybe demonizing the situation, or maybe even feeling like someone here is a devil, or mental problems could be there. Maybe even feeling like you have details of feelings that you have to support, maybe even sorting out workloads, or maybe just things that you have to see to, commit to, or join in. It does say someone here doesn't want to see you or even demonize you or even help your mental health with structures of their plans, or even things that you've supported in the past. May not want to judge you, but they see yourself as lost or gone, or maybe even gone away in your mind. It does say you have to believe that you have to walk away from something, or don't think about anything anymore, or don't even see the situation for what it is any more than this. You may have to see yourself as walked away from a situation. Okay, so maybe you've walked away from a situation. You could have walked away from some work, or maybe even walked away from a job, or just walked away from a situation that could have been, you could have found it a bit traumatic, or maybe there was some type of demonizing going on. It says you would rather not speak, but you see yourself very clearly now and you wonder what's going on. You don't know how to support everything, but you've tried to warn yourself nothing's set in stone. People could complain or contemplate what's going on, but I know I have to see myself for who I am. Yes, you guys could be looking into yourselves for who you are. Okay, maybe there's been people that have been considering being your friend, or even picking on you, or laughing at you, or making fun of you, or maybe you feel like you've done this to them too, so it's even. But it does say someone here doesn't want to believe that you have problems, and it does say you believe that everything is way too out of proportion for you, to the point where you're nervous, or communication issues are there, or possibly even better than anyone else. It does say sometimes you feel like you're better than people, and it doesn't say you're always warning yourself, but you trust yourself way more than other people do, or support yourself with many things. It does say blessings are coming in now, and it does say supporting your mind with people's is going to be better left unsaid, or maybe you'll see that they're not going to be worth it, or you're trying to warn yourself your judgment day is coming. You do need to be judged, or you need to hear what's going on with you, or how you can support people, or even penalizing, or members of your family or your team, or constant rivalries. It does say arrest is something that something might happen, or maybe someone may go through this or let it go. It does say many times people have gone through so much with people, and it doesn't say why. It does say blame is something that's going on now, or someone is being blamed, or someone is being judged. No need for a nursery rhyme. It does say I know I can communicate this. You will speak to me one day. I feel like you're just childish. It does say someone here may believe that you're childish, or you feel like someone is childish. It does say nothing's set in stone, but you're warring with someone, or an earth sign, or possibly someone that has warred with you, who could be a loving person at times, but a warring person at times too. And it could be you or someone else. It does say someone here is completely your friend, or they're not your friend, but at times they warn you of struggles. And it does say if you're dealing with an earth sign, fire sign, Gemini, or a liability with somebody, it does say you have to see why it is not going to be considered as a burden to you. Okay. It says no one here is bothering you, but someone wanted to put spells on you, or try to transform your mind into thinking you were going to have problems. It does say, well, with whoever this person is, they really don't know who they are. They've tried to support me with many mental things in the past, and I'm not dealing with them now. It does say you've structured your mind to look at things and complete them and shut them down. You may not see everything, but you shut down work, or maybe even people's loyalty to you, or maybe even the way they treat you, or maybe even things you said you're not going to put up with, stand for, or even deal with, or maybe even diamonds are something that you really want. So you're looking into this so that you don't get confused with what it is that you want versus what they want. It does say sometimes you want a diamond or maybe even a ring. Someone doesn't know how to purchase this for you or give this to you. It does say someone here is delivering you from stress, because maybe they may just purchase you a very nice one. And it does say someone here is looking forward to this, but doesn't know if they can succumb anything that they've been through with you or support you with everything that you want, but they will look into what you want or how to support your mind with things that you need, or maybe even things they said they were going to give you, or even uplift you with things that they didn't tell lies with, but they do know that they're going to communicate these things next year, next month, next week, or maybe never. They just know they communicate things in a negative way. And you do know that you don't want to hear everything that this person has to say. It does say you realize that they're not always going to be good, but you try to warn yourself it's not you or a person that you've listened to that's helped you. It's more so them. They've got evil mindsets or evil issues of penalizing me or making me feel like I've got bad news, or maybe even hearing myself at times like I've got to work on it and make myself feel like it's going to get better. It does say it's not going to get better if you don't change the situation. You've got to deserve good karma for your life, so you've got to make good outcomes for yourself. And maybe you've seen the situation, so you've now changed. Okay, so you could have changed or changed your mind about something because now you've seen something. Cancerian. It does say you're not putting up with certain things or nonsense, and maybe even rubbish. Emails, text messages, or people's yibba yabba, yibba yabba, or chatter, or nonsense, negative minds. Doesn't say you love me when you tell me that you're doing something. I warn myself not to speak, but I can see you don't love me. If you loved me, then you'd treat me a certain type of way. You don't practice what you preach, and I hear you, and I see you, and you're always trying to make things right in your mind to support that you want another day to spend alone with me, or spend time with me, or see me, or sex me, or talk to me, but you don't really want me, and I can see that now. It's a problem for you. Aries is there, or negative mindset of Odeon. I don't know if some of you guys are going to the Odeon cinema. All right, something to do with Odeon or Odeon cinema. It does say some of you guys are seeing that you need to go to the beach or maybe to the ocean when you travel, or maybe even see that you're not going to speak about it, but sometimes people need to start worrying about what's going on. You won't want to hear that problems are there, or blame is there, or people monitoring you or subjecting you to cautions or problems. It does say many times over, if someone stops what they're doing and controls themselves instead of trying to control you, okay, and it does say you because you say I don't want this person to control me, and it does say you'd rather not control them even now because you realize you've been trying to do this for so long and it's not working. You've got to clear your mind and help yourself. You won't want to clear your mind in a way that is problematic and negative, and you don't want to see that blame is there for you. You've got to support your mind with blessings and nothing but that. You just don't know which way to go to support everything, but you try to warn yourself nothing's set in stone. People are coming for you to communicate blame, and sometimes blame is not easy, but it does say you have to give blame at times and award yourself with good karma, and then take the time you need to rest. It does say sometime, because sometimes it does turn around on you where you've got to blame someone and then take blame, but you don't want to take blame, and you don't feel like you want to have any blame, and you don't feel like you need to be blamed all the time. You just know that you've been blamed at times and it doesn't feel nice, and sometimes you feel like blame is always going to be given to you when you realize it's always a problem. You've just got to look at it and laugh, or maybe make fun of it, or even see the situation is not always funny, but you've got to try and time the situation or change it. You can't change everything. It does say when you see yourself, you'll believe that you can't change everything, but you do notice that you have problems with people and you don't want problems with them. So you're not dealing with problems and you don't want it. You'd rather not see problems. It does say blessings is coming in, and you'd rather see blessings more than problems. You've been through the works. It says Cancer, you've been through it. You've been through a lot. Meanwhile, you're trying to reward yourself with blessings and give yourself things and support yourself with things that you never had or never gave yourself before. You realize that you do want blame at times to personally communicate things and move past them, but you don't always want blame in a bad way. You'd rather see things and try to charge in with good karma to support it and push past the negative stigmas. and maybe even support the mindsets of others with better news. No sooner than next week or next month or even next year, you'll have blame again. Someone doesn't want to push past a blame. It does say they know why, and it does say when she realized she didn't want to work with you, she's not, and she's going to blame herself. But at times she can't blame herself for everything, but she's got to communicate why she's doing things. So if she's being blamed, she's going to communicate why she's doing that or not. It does say everything is going to work out just fine when she sees that she's not going to be blamed, and it does say when she realized that I'm not going to be blamed, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so you could be dealing with someone else that doesn't want to be blamed. You don't want to be blamed. She doesn't want to be blamed. Okay, could be dealing with a Taurus, could be dealing with a Pisces, an air sign. Okay, but it does say you have to realize it's not always going to be blame. Someone doesn't want to deal with blame all the time, but they have given you too much to work with in the mind of yours to say it is deceptive. It is not going to ride past you. And you don't want to sit in your minds about it or believe that you're going to be a part of the team that's going to put blame on you again and convince you that you have to sit down and be in this cycle of punishments and problems with people with mental structures that don't understand how to treat people. It does say stress is related to the situation, and addressing the situation is going to be hard at times if she doesn't communicate that she is honest. It does say honesty is going to be good for you, but if she does not communicate that she's honest, she may put the blame on you or communicate that she is bad news. Which way is it going to go? So you could be waiting for an outcome with a situation or trying to see which way something's going to go. It does say honesty is the best policy, and if you tell the truth, you're going to set yourself free. So if you feel like someone's doing something to you and you've constantly warned yourself, you're not going to speak, but she's causing me too much harm. I do not need the stress. I don't want to work on my mind at things of that nature. It does say many times over, things of that nature. It does say punishments are there because people keep punishing you and pushing negative vibes into yours to make you feel like no one is better than you. But it does say you realize no one's better than you, but you're not better than them either. And you don't want to say that you are. You just warn yourself. I don't like stress, but at the time I do see where it's going because I have caused it at times, but I don't want to deal with it no more. I'm not going to keep picking on you and dealing with you in the same way that you do me and then realize that it's going to work out. It's not. I've got to stop doing that. So you could want to stop doing something, okay, that another person has been doing to you, okay? Almost like a tit for tat kind of energy. It does say sometimes you do attack the person or may not even attack them, but sometimes you really have a go at them. But it does say you warned yourself not to speak, but I've already spoken about this. I said to myself, I'm not going to smartly give myself all the credit. I've got to tell myself the truth. I do shout at this person and I've told this person off. I'm not going to take them for granted or even put a liability in their mind about harming them. I'm just going to let them know that I'm not standing up for anything. And it does say if you can't harm yourself by understanding something in that way, then you're going to be arrested. It does say you have to understand that you're not being spoken to in a bad way. You're not listening to the person. It does say by law, someone has to communicate good karma with you. And it does say if you can't listen to the person and maybe even listen to them through kindness or through even telling off a person by shouting at them, it does say warning, this person may not understand and may put themselves through harm. It does say she may not have a good karma coming in with her mind. Okay, so you could be dealing with someone that's pretty ignorant. Okay, and it does say taming something there is something that she does or even controls. She may not even like it, but she may give you good karma in your mind or things that you're doing at times, but not all the time, and wants to slam doors or harm you or maybe even hurt you or maybe even cause karma for you. At times you're dealing with a friend, neighbor, or a personal problem, or maybe even suddenly you realize that you called out some slurs or some names. It does say many times over, if the slur or the name was really that bad, then it would cause her harm in her mind to stop doing the situation. It does say you many times over haven't called her out of her name. And it does say you many times over haven't called her out of her name, and you never gave her good karma in her mind to satisfy her needs as a mindful person. It does say when she realized that she doesn't have partners in her mind or problems, but she does have problems with you delivering her mind from evil or making her feel like she's got bad news, she's going to warn herself she doesn't have good news. And she's got to tell the truth and tell many people that she's satisfied bad news over time, giving people bad information, bad advice, bad words, and bad venom telling people off, or making sure that punishments come to a person. It does say water energy is there, and it does say venom is there, or people telling a person off for many things that they've done. Even earth energy is there. It does say mental health is there, and people struggling with this is not something that you're used to, or maybe even used to, but at times you don't know how to cope with a person that acts like they do have good karma with their mind when they talk, but then when they speak up for themselves in good karma and then do negative things behind a person's back, it is satisfied in a good way or a bad way. Which way is it going? So this person may do things and hide their hand, okay, like does negative things and hide their hand. And it does say sometimes a person could do this and make you feel like they've got good karma again. But woe is she. It does say nothing's set in stone, but she's going to look for blame and maybe even cause herself blame, because she's got to tidy up her mind now and sit down and think about why she's been doing something. She never knew that she had problems before, but she's got problems. Mental health problems is her stress. And she doesn't know how to cope with her son, or maybe even her daughter or her family. And it does say some of you are dealing with friends that can't cope with their family. And it does say mental stress is there for many people at this time. You may deal with people in mental stress or dealing with them in karma. At times your dress sense is very useful. Your family look beautiful and you look very well. But at times you don't look good in your mind when you treat people in a bad way. It says karma is coming to a friend, family member, or yourself, depending on the situation. And you don't want to blame anyone, but you've got good karma. And it doesn't say bad news. You've just got to look, dress, and feel better than anyone. And at times it is caused as a scene, or even mindfulness, as jealousy is there with people looking at you, feeling like you've got good karma and don't like it. Okay. It does say sometimes people can be arrogant or ignorant and don't want to hear that they're working on you, but they've been going too far with the drug use or even problems for years. It does say someone here doesn't know how to take their meds, or maybe is even looking at their meds like they've got problems, maybe even taking the problem out on a person. It does say sometimes when you take the person for granted and you don't know how to treat them, it says, whoa, you keep troubling a person just because she's got nice things. Does that mean that you like her or dislike her? It does say you could be this way or someone else. It does say someone could be sticking up or defending you. It does say, whoa, if the person doesn't stop cancering, you do know you could get in trouble with them, or maybe even feel like they're going to give you problems. It does say when they stop behaving in bad ways, they will give you good communication. But whoa, will you see that though? And is it something you want to live in the mind with? Ideally, do you want to act like you want to speak to this person ongoing, or friendly behavior with them, like have friendly behavior with them? Okay. It does say amicable behavior is necessary, or even cordial behavior. At times people don't know how to behave cordial or even mindful, or even speak about many people that have come round to say that they have tried a person. It does say thug mentality is there with a person, and she does know this, as she has called many people to come and slam a door or maybe even fight. It does say you do know you are abusing someone, or someone is abusing you. It does say witness protection is something that's going to happen, or a murder. It does say someone here could have harmed someone or really hurt them. It does say bad news for whoever was going to harm someone or make them think they were going to get harmed. It does say many times over a family member is not going to be happy. Okay, so there could be a family member that's not going to be happy, or it could be the person's family member that's not going to be happy, but it does look like you could be dealing with an earth sign or just taking care of something here. Okay, you could be dealing with a Gemini here, all right, or maybe another water sign. Okay, or someone that has to control something but is not ready to open up about it, but will speak about this and doesn't want to confuse the situation. For any misleading energy, if there's any negative 999 energy that could come up or crop up, it's going to be in a bad way. So caution goes with the wind, and people will not speak about what they don't want to speak about. But bad news here with a police officer or a negative sentence. Someone could be passed on to jail or maybe even punished. It does say when she gets punished, she's not going to look for good karma. She could have really bad news and she's wondering if she can cope with this. She's not going to get away with it though. And it does say bad news for whoever keeps talking about it, because she's going to come back and cause harm again. She realized that she's got mental problems, and she's going to stop one day when people tell her off in a good way, very good way, because she's got karma coming. So someone's got karma coming. It does look like it's a Gemini or air sign person. maybe a fire sign, but it says it's more so an earth sign, air sign, maybe a water sign, but it says the water sign is going to be you, and you'll have better news when you've dealt with a situation with a person. It does say some of you are dealing with work related issues or mental health structures or patterns of the work being very stressed. It does say when you realize you have family to feed and take care of, or maybe even a partner to take care of or maintain, you don't have time to stress about people that are giving you karma or drama, or maybe even things that you've told yourself you're doing and sorting out in your mind, and constantly have time to do some things but not everything, and you have more on your plate than usual. You cause yourself cause for concern or mental stress. And it does say sometimes you mean well, but you may take it out on others, or maybe even make people feel like you've got karma coming with yourself. You've got good karma, so you can't complain about anything, but you've got to support your mind today with blessings. Okay, so you've got like maybe a cause for concern situation where you have to sort out a problem that's been giving you problems. All right. Just maybe have too much on your hands as well, like you've got a lot to do. So let's see, anything else? Is there anything going on with okay, something. It does say you don't have to cry, but some of you may not feel very well or cry a lot, or maybe feel like answers have been given and you've been evicted, or there's a notice for eviction, or maybe timed situation has given you problems. It does say you wouldn't want to hear that you've got problems like this, so you've got to hear yourself out. Are you going to give someone a problem to the point where they get evicted? It does say it could affect you, but it does say, whoa, does it say it's going to affect me? I have cautioned myself and been told that I'm not going to become completely affected by this. It does say many times over, if the person says that you shouldn't be affected, why are they not speaking? And if it does say this person is not there for you or supporting you, why should they support you with any eviction? It says time and time again you've been told that you have been struggling in your mind. Have you seen who's doing this? It says the air sign person has been bruising your mentality with mental structures of productivity and police confetti, and maybe even police advice, and maybe even reprimanding you in your head and in your brain waves. It does say bad news for whoever's been trying to talk to you like a ghost in your mental health, and really sitting down and meditating on negative drama and karma in your mind to the point where you may have even hallucinated. It does say you have brilliant ideas of someone that doesn't have good mental health, but they know how to contemplate, how to give blame in someone's head and sit down and rock back and forth in their mind or in a chair at home while they wish and wish and wish and time again wish and sit down and rock back and forth like a mad person, wishing that they were in your mind, demonizing it. Wow, someone's been demonizing your mind. Bloody hell. It does say you may have been the one doing this, or someone was doing this to you. It does say, well, you do know that punishments could come to you. And it does say you don't want to even speak about someone doing this to you, as you have five-mindedness. You don't want to hear that your family is hurt, or people even targeting you for arrest or even problems mentally. It does say you do know people could target you a lot. And it does say many times people target you for no reason at all. It does say sometimes people target you and you don't even know it. Or maybe there's challenges there with people right now still targeting you. It does say when you realize the earth sign, the water sign and the air sign person is not going to target you, but give you karma in your mind to remember. And it does say blame is something that you know. And it does say you don't need to know this, because someone here is very much mad at you and is working on you like a negative mind game. It does say many of them do this, and a lot of them are doing this at this time of year and working in your mind and working in it and working in it and working in it and working in it. Do you realize that someone is ready to do this again and works in your mind like a lethal weapon? Bloody hell. It does say family even do this, but it does say the times are there for this, and someone keeps dragging you down the road of karma with their mental health. It does say structures with your father or your mother have helped you to be very clairvoyant in your mind, or even sensitive to energy waves of people's. It does say many times over your mind has told you off that people are demonizing you or putting mental health in your mind, or maybe even feeling like you have to go away in a very bad mood, walking past mind games, playing mind games with people, even children. It does say some of you are demonized or mental health is there. It does say structures of people will not understand this, but you've got to sort this out on your own someday, or maybe with blame. It does say you don't even want to sort it out in a bad way, but you've got to look into it through family and maybe even finances or even church or maybe therapy. It does say sometimes you've got to deal with it in your own way. Wow, you guys have been going through a lot. Okay, especially if you're like sensitive to energies. Okay, indigo, maybe you're an indigo person, you know, you got that kind of third or fifth sense energy, very sensitive to spirituality, spirits, you know. It does say some of you are, and it does say bad news for some of you because you are warned, and it does say bad news for some of you that have put yourself through this problem with spells, root work, magic, or maybe a person that's doing this to you. It does say doing this to you because someone here has been working on you with demons and magic. And it does say when you realize it's not your family, or maybe it is your family, you warred with it. And it does say many times over you was warring with something that was beyond your imagination or beyond yourself, or maybe even people picking on you and you didn't realize it. Did you know you was under the spell or under the spell of a negative woman, an earth sign or a water sign or even an air sign? It does say some of you guys were dealing with fire signs, or maybe even a negative man that was dealing with laughter as he finally got you in your head thinking you could change, or maybe even change your mind through situations that he was demonizing in your head. It does say some of you were demonized in your head by voodoo, black magic, or maybe wishes that were too deep and deadly to support your mind. It does say some of you are dealing with mental health stress and losing a friend, or maybe even lost a father, or maybe even lost a father figure or a mother. It does say your sentimental energy and jealousy or even stress-related issues have been around for a long time. So it never gave your mind a chance to heal or get past something like trauma or stress-related issues or even death or even personal problems in your mind that you dealt with a lot of. At times, your mind couldn't cope with the stress and almost killed you. At times, some of you may wanted to kill yourself or felt like your mood was under the wavelength of death, or maybe even feeling death, or maybe even feeling like you were in a bad way mentally and feeling physical pain, stress, receiving bad news through colds, flus, or maybe even joint pains, aches and pains, neck pains, bruises. It does say your health was at risk and you could have harmed yourself or passed on. It does say many times over, if people give you too much stress, you could laugh it off, move past it, or maybe even let it go. At times you had nowhere to go and you didn't know where to turn. You had to deal with the stress. So it may not be you dealing with good karma. And it does say, mind you, if people do this to you, they're going to cast spells on themselves. Now is the time for the victim mentality to turn on itself and demonize itself. And harm is coming to you, friends, family members, or people. Mainly those that have done it to you. It does say bad news for those that have harmed you. It does say whether you like it or not, you have to see people go through this or karma is coming. And it does say some of you guys are dealing with your friends or family members or people that are close to you and wonder how you will cope, helping them past the negative mental health. Dressing up, going out may be good for you, but at times it may not, as you have to sit home and take care of family members or even ritual spell work or even church. At times you may have gone through way too much in your mind and don't know how to control everything through the airways or the cosmic realms. It does say bad news for whoever keeps going through mind games and playing you, because they're getting emails or messages in their minds sending them negative mental health and trying to charge you with it or support you with it or put you through it or give you bad news. It says whether you like it or not, spell work, root work and evil mind games have not been good to you, and someone has been demonizing you through curses and spells. Wow, that is a lot. Oh, Cancerian, sorry you've been going through that, my lovelies. Does say some of you guys are dealing with a friend or a family member that have been going through this, and some of you guys want to fight these people. It does say woe to you if you do not know how to treat people. You have to caution yourself to see you are in better ways, or even seeing that you have changed, or trial and error is there with you. It does say, warning, if you are harming someone, death spells, rituals, or personal problems, or keeping in your mind that you want a person to pass on is not going to be good. It says, do you know you had problems with a child and maybe even demonized them or put spells or root work on them? It does say many times over, if the person cursed you or put you down under your mind and in your mind about it, or even hurt your mind to say you were going to die, it does say karma was coming to you and them, but bad news came from them and even their side of their family, and maybe even supported their side of their family with your side of family, and maybe even people from your side of family who demonized you or demonized them. It does say many times over, people in their minds about their karma comes from their ancestors, and ancestors will demonize family members too. It does say family is deep rooted in spell work, rituals, or personal problems, or even frenemies. And it does say many of them can demonize a person or put them down or make them feel bad. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So let's see anything else. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it says Judgment Day is here and victory has come about. No one's set in stone, but people are coming in with karma or even cause for concern. Even church-related issues, messages, people that are going there. So some of them are demonizing people too. Watch out for who you deal with. It does say you have to deal with people everywhere. And it does say one of these days you'll see that people at this time are not very good for you. It does say the spiritual realm is open to you and very much open to people stressing you out. Cosmic energies are there. Root work is there. Punishment is there. People that are going under the thumb or even to another realm to support another person could be under scrutiny or attack. It does say as the spiritual realms are open, ghosts and spirits and demons can come out and haunt you. It does say bad news for you and your mind, or if you're dealing with anyone like a Scorpio or a water sign, female or male. It does say any water sign, female or male could come in and haunt you. It does say at times their demons or their spirits can come out of them and haunt them, or maybe haunt others, or even just water creatures or water energy in the earth. It does say many times over, if you're dealing with Scorpios, it's not going to be easy, but at times you've got karma coming with a Scorpio if you're putting spells on them or demonizing them. You do know you're a water sign, so it does say you could put spells on the cosmic energies that are supporting you to move past them and cause them harm. It does say if you are trying to move past them, leave them alone. Scorpios are not the one to play with. It does say their demons are ready to attack. And it does say bad news if you're dealing with Scorpio because their demons are ready to attack. Wow. It does say when you realize Scorpio's energy is powerful and punishing, it can help you to move past it in detrimental ways. Very bad news. But at times warning signs will come out of you to say you are pushing the spell back. It does say you do know that you could cause yourself harm by doing this. And it does say whether or not you like it, Scorpios are going to hate you for doing what you do. It does say blessings can come because if they support moving past the situation and leave you alone, they'll study this and move on. They will not cast spells on you for their mind or mental health or even things of that nature. It does say sometimes you've got to deal with them in their mind. At times you've got to see them for who they are. It does say darlings, very much so, loving females and males, but woe is their energy. It's something that they haven't changed for years. It doesn't say they can control it or change it. It's just the spiritual realm comes through Scorpios. And it does say it comes through Scorpios, a very potent energy. A Scorpio. It does say you have to believe it to see it or know it to understand it. It's where God lives and where God lies. It does say God lives through Scorpio. Wow. Well, that's true, honey. God does live through Scorpio. Scorpio's energy represents spirit, you know, the dead and the living. Okay, and God is a spirit. So it makes a lot of sense. Okay. It does say enemies are there to protect the energies of Scorpio. And it does say many times over, Scorpio is never going to be seen as a bad man or woman as long as you treat them right and respect them and love them and take care of them and make sure that you love them well. They do know they have demons inside them, but they won't provoke you with their demons if they're not provoked. And they're very much so mindful at times and loving, but they do provoke people They do provoke people too at times, and they do provoke many other men and females. They can provoke people without even knowing it though, but they realize they're not trying to, and they do know they're not even supporting knowing or understanding who they are. They're trying to listen to who they are this year, and they will support understanding how they can support their mind, their money, their energy, and everything else they've got going on through their minds. They will give themselves time to understand who they are and love you and love themselves and really love themselves, because they support everyone else with poverty or even karma coming with abundance and good karma, and supporting you with prosperousness and good venom to support you with sentimental energy of your own mind to give yourself good karma. But woe is them at times, because they will steal from you, take from you in your mind, and support you with negative things, especially if they can't get their way. Or if they give you what they want, they will take from you. At times they will, but they won't take from you in a way that Scorpios will blame their mind. They blame their minds, but sometimes they don't blame their minds enough. And it does say if you are dealing with Scorpio, you are dying of jealousy. It does say when you realize that you shouldn't have dealt with a Scorpio through bad moods, or even represented yourself through negative karma, through their energy, it says you could harm your own mind. You're going to believe that you're bad in your mind, or they're bad. Which way does it go? It does say you're not the bad one in your mind, but in your mind you're a demon. At times you do know this, or sometimes people show you who you are. It does say when you realize you're not dealing with demons inside yourself, but you're dealing with Scorpio, you will practice good karma in your mind. But it does say woe is you, because if you take on a Scorpio and harm them, they're going to harm you. And it does say woe is you again, because they're going to harm you to the point where you will not exist, or you will time your situation and leave them to rest in their mind about death, or maybe even punishments about your singleness or problems. And it does say woe is you again, because they're going to drag you down under and punish you and put you under a spell. It does say many times over, if you keep dragging Scorpio through mental health, they will drag you down to the pits of hell. Wow, this sounds very spiritual, honey. Guess you gotta understand who your water sign family is, okay? So, looks like you want to move forward anyway, stably with something, or with some money, or with your jobs, or your stabilities, or, you know, just sorting out things. It does say Scorpio's energy is something you want to see or support, so you're going to put yourself through blame just to see if you can support them. Ideally, it is Scorpio season. Scorpio month is returning to you, and you are seeing they are now in their birthday season, or maybe even seeing that they're dressing up and sporting around in new cars or homes, or maybe even gifting themselves or promising themselves great things. They are demonizing no one. They practice good karma, and they are loving, very sensual and sexual beings, and very much passionate and calm. They can be loving and supportive, but they will pick on your mind if you pick on theirs. They do know they do this, but they're not going to support you with bad news. And it does say evil mindsets, like people that understand Scorpios from the spiritual realms or the esoteric energies, will come in and support you with blame. Okay. And some of you guys may be going to play some tennis. Just to say, because I'm sure I heard tennis coming in there. Might be going to play some sports. Okay, or going to the gym or something. So, someone's studying Scorpio energy right now. Let's see. What's going on anyway with work? Work is not going to be the same after next week. It does say your work is detailed as a rivalry comes about, or an arrest, or someone that has to be arrested. It does say bad news for Scorpio, because Scorpio has to be the one that's going down, or maybe even arrested. It does say arrested is something that she will never be, but at times she realizes why it is not going to happen. She never put down any negative vibes, curses, spells, rituals, or done anything to anyone. It does say well done if you're a Scorpio, because Scorpio is supporting good karma. And it does say Scorpio is helping good karma with a family member, or a nurse, or maybe even a predator. It does say negative mindsets of people are there. Earth sign female is worried. It does say water sign woman is not going to be my friend. She knows why. And it does say this mind game is being played too by the Pisces. The Pisces understand Scorpio but doesn't like them. But it does say earth signs don't understand Scorpio, and may want to spiritually work on them or look into them, but don't understand who they are. and they're quite difficult to work out on its own. It does say you've got to work with them, be friendly with them, and kind and caring to understand who they are. They will care for you, but they won't demonize you if you don't harm them. Okay. It does say you could be pretty much scared of who you're dealing with at this time, but don't want to see that you have bad news. You could be dealing with fire sign energy or even a judge. It does say someone could be picking on you or picking on a family member or picking on an enemy. It does say someone here has been picking on someone and has been dealing with them in bad news. Woe with whoever has been dealing with a Scorpio. Who has picked on the water sign woman? No one said that she was under attack. But it does say she was brilliant at what she was talking about. It does say she doesn't know how to support bad news. She doesn't want to hear that she's always picked on and laughed at. It does say wonderful things is going to happen when you look at yourself and you help yourself past the situation. If you look at yourself and believe you have good karma, you will love yourself and murmur good karma is there with your Scorpio friend, and don't see bad news with blame or energies of enemies. It does say they live for love and protection, so they will protect you, and demonized energy is there, but it's not going to harm you. It's going to protect you from whoever's out there, and they will consciously help you pass mental stress or mental health or problems. Okay. So, anything to do with work though? Says work is going to be good for you overall, and your money is going to be saved. At times you want to save your money or make more money, or even send money abroad, or even to friends, family members, or even funeral arrangements is there for someone. It does say someone here doesn't even see you, but they realize they should have said something before they passed. It does say a Pisces could have passed, or someone here has passed. It does say Gemini realized that she shouldn't get involved, but she's seen that someone is passing in your mind. It does say bad news if this person doesn't tell me what's going on. I don't want to hear that my friend has passed. It does say you wonder what's going on with your friend, and she's not passed, but she could pass. It does say, whoa, if the Scorpio doesn't pass, I want to know that I have good karma, because I don't want to hear that she's passing. I realize I should not have put energies on her to demonize her. It says Scorpio energy doesn't want to hear that you did this. It does say bad news if you're Scorpio trying to put punishments on a water sign that doesn't like punishment. It does say woe to you all. If you're dealing with Scorpios and you're Cancerian, you're going to deal with bad news. Oh dear, a lot about Scorpios, isn't it? It says Scorpio does not know who to trust, but it does say bad news for whoever keeps dealing with this Scorpio. Whoever keeps picking on the Scorpio is going to see themselves in a bad way. And it does say schools and negative karma from families and friends, or maybe even digging nails or teeth into a female or a mother figure or a single parent, or maybe even someone that hasn't got problems with people. I.e., if you're a nurse or doctor, you need to see that the Scorpio is not mad or is not unhealthy. She's very much well and healthy. She doesn't have problems. And it does say you have blessings, so don't speak, but Scorpio is going to be good karma. So I want to speak to her soon, but she's not going to be in good ways in her mind about how I've treated her. It does say she's going to realize that she doesn't have bad news. She doesn't want to pick on you. She doesn't want to harm you. She doesn't want to hurt you. So it doesn't say you've got bad news with anyone. Look into your mind and see how you've judged a situation or harmed someone or picked on them. It does say the man here doesn't want to see that he is harmed or hurt. He realizes he's got problems with everyone, and he does love sex, so he doesn't want to help everyone go through bad news, but he's warning himself that if there's a child here, or maybe even a pedophile or a molester, it's going to be a problem. It does say woe to whoever feels like there's bad news with a female that they keep looking into. And if you keep looking into the person, or maybe even passing on the information to someone, or maybe even helping them to be picked on or looked into, it does say woe to you. It's going to be you that has a problem. It does say you picked on someone so much to the point where they have problems. And it does say some of you are dealing with Scorpio or maybe even a fire sign, and you've digged your foot and your nails into them way too deep to the point where venom came out. And it does say you could be venoming someone right now, or predicting the future, or even clearing up your mind about problems. They're not going to speak to you though, but it does say you do know that people are watching you just as much as you're watching them. And it does say you can watch them till the cows come home. They will watch you till the cows come home. But woe to you. Stop speaking about them and digging your heels, your nails, and your teeth into them like you are timing a situation to kick off. Leave them alone. It says Scorpio is something I want, but it does say Cancerian, you are demonizing a person, and you could be casting spells on them. You are cancelling out problems too, but you're also picking on them. picking on someone is not good. Stop speaking about bad news and speaking about how you're going to harm them in your mind and demonizing them in their mental health. You are squeezing the hell out of them through mental stress, and you'll be causing harm to your mind and to negative Pisces or even Gemini that could cause you harm too. You're going to bring death to someone or hate them. It does say you do know you've been doing this with a family member, or root work or witchcraft is there. You remember doing this with your father or a family member, and you're not going to stop until you see death. Wow. This is not for everyone, but I can see where someone's going. It says it does say that you have problems with someone then, and you're causing harm and trying to be private about it. It does say you do know that you've got mental health problems and you may need to see a doctor or a nurse. You may want to see that you've got problems and not see that you have them, but you could be breaking up a spell soon with someone and making sure you haven't cursed them, because you're trying to warn yourself that you want to see victory with your work. It does say bad news if you keep calling out a problem with someone just to see that your work is sentimentally gifted to you through pride, ego, or promotion. It does say if you are trying to kill someone through spell work, root work, just to see promotion in your work, it's going to get you back in tenfold karma, and the karma is on its way. It is brewing. Wow. That is a lot. Let's see what's going on in love life. Someone's got their eyes, their teeth, their nails, their claws set on someone like the devil, honey. And your opposite star sign is Capricorn. That's the devil, honey. So be mindful, okay? Right, let's see what's going on with individuals. Let's see what's going on with your love life real quick. What's going on in love life? Love life is certainly special or very gifted or very bad or evil. At times it's not very good, and at times it's very good. Some of you are dealing with stress related issues or mental health with your person. It does say if you have a person, he is blackmailing you or you are the one doing this to them. It does say you have to wonder where it's going or help them. You've got karma coming with your mind, and it tells you off that you have to speak to someone or sleep with someone, or maybe even tell the person that you're going to sleep with them. It does say wonderful things can happen when you see what you did to someone to the point they cast spells on you or curse you, or just told you that you're never going to have a good life because what you did to their family. It does say some of you are dealing with demon spirits or a negative vibe or a personal traitor. It does say you will get better in your mind and support yourself, but poor you judging yourself or harming yourself is not going to happen. It does say the mindset is there for someone that knows this. It does say if she or he wants to hurt you or harm you, they would have done so already, but woe with you if you're trying to kill them or harm them or make sure you finish them. They're going to finish you before you finish them. Oh dear. What's going on with singles? Singles is going to get madly in love with someone to the point they get hurt. It does say some of you are dealing with someone that's hurting you already, or giving you bad news about a family member or a child, or victimizing someone's health problems, or maybe even seeing that you've got problems with your own family member or child, or maybe even seeing that you're negative or your mindset is evil. At times your work is telling you this, or maybe someone at work is telling you this, or maybe even someone that's working on a family member through a friend is telling you this, or a father figure is telling you this, or a male is telling you this, or someone behind the scenes is talking about you and gossiping and lying or laughing or making fun of this situation or you. Let's see what's going on with singles. Singles is not going to be happy, and they're going to troll over you until a long year has passed, or maybe even a negative mindset of yours has passed. You do know you're being trolled right now, and you can see yourself through a card. Ideally, if you're looking into cards or maybe even spirits that are coming to you, it says people can come in and harm you, but it does say you do know that people can harm you anyway. And it does say many times over, if you're looking into spirit through your mind and being demonized through other people's spirits, you do know you can be harmed. It does say whether or not you like it, someone is going to join you and speak about something you're doing. Do you realize that you're casting spells through your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul, through your venom, through your water sign energy, through your liver, through your lungs, through your personal problems, mental health, stress, and demonizing it behind the scenes? Could you be the one casting spells on someone and putting them through harm? You do know that you're doing it. At times you do know that you're doing it, but at times you didn't know it's hurting them like that. But you are madly in love with someone, or really trying to get warnings or rewards or wards in your mind. I don't know what wards is. Maybe going to the ward. I don't know, honey. So some of you guys may be dealing with that, or maybe dealing with this earth sign, air sign, or a problematic person. You are all going down. It does say earth sign wants to know this, but he realized he's not going to harm everyone, and he's trying to warn himself to stop speaking. But Scorpio is something I want. Okay, so it's passing off the Scorpio energy, and Scorpio energy, you know, couldn't even be related to, you know, past, present, future, death, you know, money, sex, passion. It just depends on what it is, or literally a Scorpio. So let's see what's going on, and this could be your energy as well. It could be something that you're doing with work. Let's see what's going on though with those in a relationship. Someone is demonizing someone right now or putting spells on them. It does say a relationship is brewing, and some of you are dealing with stress, taming it there, trying to block it or not block it, and really trying to squeeze out the problems or make problems come about. You do know your partner is calling you a hoe, or even looking into problems in your mind, or looking into past events, or maybe trying to tame you there so you don't see everything that's going on with them. It does say bad news if you keep looking into them and wondering what's going on and can't change the situation, or maybe even help you build a bridge with them. It does say pressing a button, or even a liberty taker wants to press a button or even time a situation. It does say someone wants to press someone's buttons or make them feel like stress is going to be the constant laughing stock till the end. Oof. Let's see what's going on with those in a marriage. Since marriage for you all is going to have good communication and bad news. At times it's going to help you. It does say someone wants to date you, take you out, or even dress up and lie next to you. It does say someone here wants to build a family with you and go out with you, or even dress up and go out again. Or maybe even frenemies are there, but friends are there too. And sometimes you're dealing with a lot of stress or people or work, but your fans are there and your friends are there and people are there that love you. Okay, let's see what's going on with individuals. Aries and Cancerian. Aries doesn't mind charging you or even causing you harm. They will want to look at you and cause you harm, but at times they don't want to. They're not dealing with you in your mind or even problematic situations. They're going to laugh at you and make love to you in your mind so that you can help yourself. They do know this. They're working with you and supporting you with your mind, your money, and your work, and really stress about it at times or struggle sometimes to make it work. They do know they love you, so they will support you and help you and push your mind to use or good things, or help you with your marriage or your support system, but they will not laugh at you always or ongoing. They're trying to warn themselves to change or sort things out to make sure that they mean well by you, stick by you and support you, and maybe even tell themselves that they've got to work on the situation some more and speak to you and talk to you and have chitter chatter with you, because they're coming around or want to see you now, or there now, or wanting to be around you today, tomorrow, or next year, and want to be there for life. All right, so let's see what's going on with Taurus. Taurus is not going to be your friend, but at times they are, and they realize they're struggling to believe you. At times they do believe you, but they can't support everything, and they're mindfully speaking to you or helping you. They don't know how to support you with everything, but they will put off anything to support you and put you back a step as well. They will see that blessings are coming, or worst case scenario, Earth sign is going to take advantage and take away your family member or victimize your mind or help you see bad news is coming. It does say you have to see when this is happening or why or who's doing it. It does say earth sign energy is bad news, and it does say warning, if the earth sign doesn't stop picking on you, demonizing you or stressing you, they're going to cause you problems. It does say when this person sees themselves, they see themselves through a bad mental stress and they can't help themselves, but they're going to give themselves problems and they're going to take themselves into custody or a police station or see bad news come to them, warning they are under scrutiny or attack, or see you ready to kick off or harm them. Let's see what's going on with Gemini. Gemini is dealing with stress and very much under pressure and very much loose in their mind about things they've got to do, or even tell themselves they have to do, or even push themselves to safety again to say they can't give themselves too much stress, but they cause stress a lot and push stress in the minds of others. They have a teenager or a daughter or a person here that's going to pick on them. They're wondering if they get picked on, and they're going to pick on someone very soon, or even pinch from them, take from them, or steal from them, or destroy their mind for something that they want to do to harm another person. They hate you, but they see that they can hate people around you or another person or another Pisces, water sign, Scorpio, or even a next door neighbor or a friend or even another person that will support them. Be mindful. It does say bad news for them, but they've got karma coming and they're warning you, don't speak, but they've got bad news. Okay, for some of you that are dealing with them, we can check out Gemini's reading. Let's see what's going on with Cancer and Cancerian. Cancer doesn't want to deal with bad news, but stress-related evil issues are there at times, or bad news overall can be there, or open friendships or enemies are there. Sometimes they're looking for each other to look for negative members of their family to support them, or maybe even bad news to come in and support them with good karma. At times they do know that they can war with each other, or even leave each other to wonder why they warred. It does say bad news if you keep warring with each other. Bad news comes to you overall, and suddenly you realize sentimental elf, and I don't know if it's elf energy, earth energy, or elf energy. It does say some of you guys are dealing with dwarfism, or people that deal with spiritual realms. So sometimes elf energy is there, or sometimes people do not know how to speak, but warning, there is a spirit or a ghost around you, so do not speak, but there could be spiritual attacks. Oh, let's see what's going on with Leo. Leo doesn't want to speak, but they will kick off and harm someone, or maybe not harm them, but directly harm you in your mind or tell you off. At times they are working with someone, but they don't want to let you know, and they're kicking off right now, and they will see you one day. If you want to see them in a bad way, they will not want to see that, so they're telling themselves, don't speak, but you see yourself in your mind about it, and you're helping yourself move past it. I won't want to see that you're harming me, so make sure you don't speak to me and my five-mindedness, or maybe even people that you know you are hurting. It does say plenty of room and plenty of time to deal with them and their family. Many times they're dealing with people beyond your mind or even your control that can serve them, or even caution them or help them past the situation, or maybe even tell them off, or even see that they're not got problems with you or anyone, but they've got good karma, and they love that, but they don't see you worried about it, and they want to see you worried. At times they want to see you worried, and they're looking for drama with you right now. Let's see what's going on with Virgos. Virgos is not your friend, but it does say Virgos will deal with the situations around them and steal from you, take advantage of you, or look into your mind. You will sleep with them at times, or speak to them at times, or plan with them at times, or laughter is there with them at times, or looking into blame is there with them at times. At times they're worried that they have to time a situation or plan it. They don't know how, but at times they're very busy or structuring their mind to see how blessings can come to them without them disturbing their mind about things that they want or see or ideally need. Their time is coming for you to see that they're cautioning you or putting you aside for something else. They want to see this, but they don't want to worry about you and stress or dress up about the situation. It does say you have to leave the situation alone and let the situation unfold naturally. Let's see what's going on with Libra. Libra is not your friend. At times they want to be your friend, but they're not going to be your friend today, tomorrow, or even ever again. At times they're worried that they're speaking about their friends, their family members, or people that they love and respect, or do not respect at times, because they realize they've not been that great to someone. They do support someone, but they push someone aside, and they realize why. They don't want to hear from the person, but they're causing the person harm, and they're dealing with enemies or negative neglect or personal problems in their mind, and they don't want to hear good news is coming. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio. Scorpio does not want to hear that you're always there in good karma in their mind. They realize that you do not have to give them anything if you don't want to. You don't have to support them, but they do know that they don't want bad news from you. You may not even support them with good karma in the mind the way they used to or want to, or even hear themselves telling themselves they could get good karma. They just don't want to stress, and they realize they don't want to hear you speak about anything. They just want to leave you alone, and sentimental energy is going to stay away from their mind to help them move past something. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Sag doesn't want to come back to you, but they will when they're ready, and they will talk to you when they feel like it. They're just mad at something, or maybe even told you that they're going to be there, but they just need to support their mind with things they have to do. They realize they've got to come through right now, or maybe even later, but they don't feel like you're giving them a chance, and their time in a situation, or maybe even saying that they don't need you, but they realize they don't want to hear from you or don't want to speak to you, and mindfully don't want to speak to you at all. They just want to leave the situation to unfold, or unlock their mind, or lock their mental health in situations that they feel like will work for them. They don't want to speak to you, so they're warning themselves not to speak to them, but they're moving on. Okay, let's see what's going on. Capricorn. Capricorn doesn't want to hear that you're dressing up and going out and enjoying your life. At times they feel like they could, but they're not dealing with you, and they don't want to hear that you're having good times, or even friends or enemies around them. They just don't want to hear that you're always having great news with your with your favorite frenemies or friendships. They feel like your friends are your frenemies, or you don't have good friends. They feel like good karma could come to you anytime or not. But at times they're not good for you or don't want to see you in a good way. So they're timing the situation, but they're struggling to come through. They do laugh at you and say they love you, but they don't really. But at times they do, and at times they don't. But they're struggling to remember what it is that they need to speak about or even understand to support you. But they may not be able to do so, but they're trying. And they feel like trying, but they're working on it and seeing how far they can get with it. What's going on with Aquarius? Aquarius doesn't want to hear that you're dealing with stress or even negativity. They don't want to hear that you're always under scrutiny or attack. They believe that they could have fun with you, take you out, or even spark a conversation with you, or even speak about drugs, or speaking about drink, alcohol, or maybe even laughing with you at things they have to do, or going the distance with you, but realize that they haven't got time, or there's another day for that. They've just got many things to do and cancel out a lot of things that they've had to do for you already, or maybe even feel like they've got to do this soon. They just know they've got to take the time and understand who you are, or understand who other people are, and don't want to stress it, but they're warning you. They just don't want to see you. What's going on with Pisces? Pisces is very much mindful about who they are, but they don't want to hear from you. They're really tired of you, and they don't want to see that you're blessed. At times they do know you're blessed, but they don't know how to bless you always. And they're possibly going to give you good karma, but they're wondering, should they dress up or take you out or make you feel good? They just don't know what to do. They realize that they just don't know what to do, and they're warning themselves not to speak, but they just don't know what to do. Okay, so that was their energy. Let's see what's going on with your angel messages. Okay, it says release your ex. The time has come to clear your energies. Okay, it says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Okay. You deserve love. You are lovable. That came up for a couple of the star signs as well that I've read for today. Let's see what else. What else is going on? Okay. It says all is well, Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. This came out for someone as well, I can't remember who. It says let your past go. The burdens of the, it says the burdens of the the burdens of caring. Oh, the burdens of carrying. I can't even bloody see this thing. It's dark. Why is it dark? Let me put my light on, honey. Okay, here we go. Okay, it says the burdens of carling your past around has made you wary. It says, dear one, it is time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want or need it, and it's now gone. So it's definitely telling you to let go of the burdens from the past. Okay, you don't want it or need it, let it go. Okay, honey. All right, the writing is very faint on this card. So I can barely see it, but yeah. Let's see now. Is there anything else? There is some messages here from the universal deck. Let's just get those. Okay. Okay, we've got hummingbird here, and it says the more energy and intentions I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Okay, so you could be feeling fearless and free and bringing more energies to your faith, honey. So let's just get some numbers for you guys. Okay, and I'm picking up you guys may have to be quiet about something as well. Like, keep something under wraps. Don't divulge everything. Okay, or you could be keeping quiet about something anyway, you know, or kind of like staying behind the scenes, kind of being quiet about a situation. All right, so let's see now. All right, we've got number 6, we've got number 27, we've got number 15, we've got number 42, we've got number 11, we've got number 12, and we've got number 5. Okay, so that was your reading, my lovelies. I will speak to you again in your next one. Ciao for now. Bye.